Howdy y'all, and welcome to Jab playing Albion Online on a budget, free to premium edition. In the last episode, I showed you how to take a brand new fresh character and run around the world and gather planks, fiber, and metal, right? And showed you how to unlock the ability to make tier 3 tools, gather with tier 3 tools, and make furniture. As you can see, we've sold quite a bit of the furniture. Haven't sold all of it, but to be fair, I haven't been to all of the cities yet. It will sell, right? Don't worry. Just to give you an idea, we got a little over 100 grand. We've got stuff in the auction house that's ready to go brewing, and don't worry about it. It'll sell. Remember, this is the weekend. We're still not having a problem selling it. It's just I haven't made it around to all the cities yet. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna go in here and hang on a second. I was gonna craft some tier 3 tools, but I haven't unlocked that yet. So I need to be able to. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna go get some resources. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I just ran around the crossing here and I just got the resources that were right here in the town to find them really quick. And it's just as simple. Come over here and I don't know, I'll make 7 of these. We'll study those 7 and there we go. Bob's your uncle. Studying and give you an additional, what is it? 275. You lose the tool, but it's a good way of getting experience really quick. So now we're gonna come in here and now we can craft all the tier 3 tools, and I'm gonna go ahead and craft us it's 4. I'm gonna get us 4 journeyman's axes. I don't need that anymore. If I have that in there, it will continue to use that, and I don't want to. I've got some books going. Let's go in here. Let's drop off the materials in the chest really quick that I don't need. I don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that or that. Hit that, and let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go get tier 3. I'm gonna fire up a pie, and basically I'm gonna go around for 30 minutes and see how much tier 3 I can get. Place your bets, right? Hang on a second. Good lord, no. Albion world chat is toxic. Don't watch it. Whatever you do, right? It can be bad. Oh, actually, let me show you something, right? Because there are some, if you haven't seen the tree mobs, let me show you what the tier 3 trees and tier 3 tree mobs look like. I should be able to go over here and find them. Up and around. Well, all right, now. Should be up here, I think. There's a wolf. All right, that's what a tier 3 tree looks like. Now let's see if I can find me a mob. All right. Oh, good lord. I'm wasting pie. There. All right, here. Just for your entertainment value, this is what a mob looks like. You just shoot them, chop them up. Bob's your uncle. Everything's going. All right, guys. I'll be back in here as soon as the pie's gone, and place your bets. How much tier 3 wood do you think we'll get? we're back at Forest Cross. We got to get stuff out of the bank. We did manage to hit the break point of being able to nope this one, so we can learn tier 4. So we're going to go ahead and spend the 35 points to do it. Yes, and thank you. And we have a stack and 2/3 of tier 3 logs that we can go refining, and practically filled almost eight books. So let's grab all the stuff out of here, and you know what that means. Exactly, we're heading over to Fort Sterling. I showed you guys how to get there in the last video, so I don't have to show you again. See y'all in just a couple seconds. All right, we made it here to Fort Sterling. Let's go ahead and get this stuff refined. All right, we're looking pretty good. Let's see what we got here. We got a stack in looks like a stack in the 3rd out of that. And yeah, our journals are almost full. All right, we're gonna head over to the cross, and I'll see y'all here in just a second. All right, guys, we're at the cross. I just need to get a couple pickaxes really quick. And just like that, Bob's your uncle. We're gonna go ahead and go back out, and then I'll show you what the tier 3 ore monsters look like, and what tier 3 ore looks like. I don't think I've shown it to you, so yeah. We're gonna come down here. They're over here and over here. If you happen to be in Coarse Gorge and you're following along with me. So we'll cut over here, and let's see. Oh, stuck on a tree. All right, hang on a second. Let's dismount. Let's eat a pie. The green is tier 3. So that's what it looks like. Let me make sure I don't have a tier 2 pickaxe in my bag by any chance. And let's see if I can find us a mob. I'm gonna come back and get those right there. That's what they look like. Relatively easy to kill, just like that. No big deal. All right, guys, I got a pie burning. Take your bets. Well, can I get a stack and 2/3 again? Don't know. Let's find out. We're at the bank at Fort Sterling. We did hit the threshold. Thresh point. English is such a hard language to speak. Yeah, there we go. We're going to spend the 34 points to do that. Yes, please, and thank you. And on top of that, we did get a stack, almost 2 stacks, right? I seem to do well with the ore. All right, so you know what that means. We're heading over to Thetford next, and I'll see you when we get there. We're in Thetford now. Let's go ahead and get some refining done. Yo, I want to give a shout out to all the farmhands out there. You guys' support and love is amazing. It inspires me to continue to make content for you guys, and you guys rock. definitely went up. All right, you know what this means. I'm gonna put this stuff in the bank, and we're gonna get some sickles, and we're gonna get some fiber, yo. All right, guys, we're in Stinkhack. I'm gonna go ahead and dismount. We're gonna pop our pie, and I'm gonna show you what the tier 3 mobs and fiber resources look like. So there's the pie. There is the mob that we're looking for. Swamp Spirit. And it drops tier 3. And the tier 3 fibers are green. Alright guys, I got 30 minutes. Let's see how much I can get in 30 minutes. I'll see y'all in just a little bit. All right, after 30 minutes of gathering fiber, we're back at the Bank of Thetford, and did we unlock tier 4? Well, other way, Jab. We absolutely did. We're at the learning point. We'll go ahead and spin that. Yes, we will. In the backpack, we have a stack and 2/3 of tier 3, and we're filling up quite a few books. So, you know what's next? I need to gather this stuff. I need to stop at Fort Sterling, pick up other stuff, and we'll make it over to Limhurst so we can do some refining. All right, guys, we're in Limhurst. You know what time it is. It's refining time. Let's go ahead and 207. Let's see what it, 207 estimated market value. Let's see what it turns into. All right, turned it into 275. We've got a stack and a third. Not bad. All right, you know what it means. We got to pack up and we got to get to the Guild Island. All right, guys, we are in Bridgewatch, and I'm going to do some... I've got what I need to make 15 of each of the furniture at tier 3. So we're going to go ahead and knock these out really quick. There's 15 chests, and as you can see, we're getting a 15.2% return rate. So there's the chest. Here's the beds.
Certainly.
And here's the tables.
Careful now.
All right, as you can see, we filled up 7 of these journals, and there was one that had a partially. So, you know, it's like 7.5 journals. These journals, let's see, can I split one? Have an estimated market value of 1436. I'm not sure if they sell for that. Hang on a second, let's go to the auction house and look. I'm not going to sell them. I'm going to feed them to my minions, and we'll see what we get out of them. But I'm curious to see what they sell for in the auction house. Just, you know, for y'all's sake. Just in case you don't want to feed your minions. Alright, let's go into the auction house. Let's look at this. Let's go into sell and look at that. And they are selling for $14.15. The question is anyone buying them? No. I am. Yeah, just because they say they're worth it. Well, there's a couple that were sold. Alright, so, there was a bunch sold there. Yeah, so, I mean, take it for what it's, for what it is. Just because something's worth something, you have to have a market, for people to buy it. Alright, I'll see you guys on the, Guild Island just a second. Alright, we're back at the Guild Island, and everything that I have in my backpack and everything I have in the box is the stuff that we've acquired on this character. We have, the only money that we spent is the money that we bought for the pork pies and a little bit of money that we spent for refining. Everything else has been done for free. As you see, we got an estimated market value of a little over $1 million over here and 50,000 over here. But like I said, as I showed you, like with the Tinkerer books, you know, hey, just because they have an estimated value, you have to find a place for people to buy them. But don't worry about it. We're not going to sell these. We're going to feed these to those guys up here and in the future. Here's what I want to talk about. A little bit of math. Let me give you an idea of how I do stuff. And it might be a little confusing, but I'll walk you through it the best I can. So the way I look at things is I look at, okay, what is the average price of commodities, you know, and I go to like 3 or 4 different areas, find out what the prices are and what they're going for at the time of making them. And then I figure out, okay, if this is the going price of the commodity, the resources, then this is what it cost me to make this. And at that point, I know what price to put it at to be able to sell it to ensure I get a profit. So the chests, or let's work with the beds. The beds are 10 wood and 20 cloth to make each. If I make them, right, and remember, we refined all the stuff. So the base price of cloth is 150 and planks are 208 right now. However, because I refined them and I get a bonus and I stretch it out further, each one of my stuff only costs 93 instead of 150 and 129 instead of 208. Now, this might sound a little confusing to people, but hang on a second. It's just because of the kickbacks and stuff like that when you're refining. So this is how I look at it, you know, is that each individual piece is worth to me at this. So when I'm crafting, when I look at chest, beds, and tables, for me, the cost to make a chest is 3,102. A bed is 2,678. And a table is 5,661 worth of mats. That doesn't count the cost in the building to craft it, but I calculate that different because that's what the cost is after I get the kickback, and that's my cost. Then what I do is I multiply it by 50% of what I want to make on a markup on that. So basically, as long as I put each chest in for 4,653, each bed for 4,017, each table for 8,491, Or if I decide to make tools, $12.59, I'm guaranteed to make a profit, right? And you're just like, well, that sounds great, Jab, but what does that really mean? Hang on a second. Let's go to the auction house. All right, we're at the auction house in Bridgewatch. So over a 4-week period, the beds are going for an average of a little over 10 grand. And you can see each day, you know, in between 9 and 18 beds are sold. So basically we could safely go, you know what, we could probably sell 3 beds in a day and we'd be fine. At the price, it's 10K. Our expected thing is 4,000. So if we wanted to, we could probably throw in, I don't know, stop and think about this. You could probably throw 10 beds in here at 5,000, right? And these people here will probably buy them and then relist them, right? Like this guy that has 28, that's probably what he's done. Let's look at other examples. So that's the bed. What about the table? So we'll look at the table. We'll go into tier 3. And the tables are going for 17.5. Our cost is 8,491. Big difference between the two. And they're selling 7, 2, 6, 15, 19. We could probably safely sell probably 2 a day. And marginally put it, maybe 15,000 or something like that, or we could just put it at our price and sell them, and maybe these guys will buy all of them. Let's look at, so that was the bed, that was the table. What about the chest? All right. Wait. Stop. I've got one on there. Let's go to tier 3. All right, the chests are going an average of 11K and 20 somethings, 10s, teens. Yeah, we could probably easily sell 4 or 5 a day. They're wanting 11K. I only need 53 to make a 50% thing. So I mean, there's plenty of room for you to do it. Let's look at tools really quick. Here, we'll look at skinning knives. Skinning knife tier 3. All right, so they're selling for 495. In this situation, making tools isn't going to make any sense for us. We would have to be making tools where we're getting more than a 15% return rate. This just doesn't work for us. And I got a feeling a lot of people, it's because they're buying the buy orders and then putting it back that way. Let me look at another tool, maybe the off tools, right? So let's look at maybe Sickle. Because in this area, not so much in the tools, but in the furniture, there's plenty of room for the opportunity of, making profitability. I'm just showing you from a very simplistic standpoint of view of what my markups are and stuff like that. I will put my stuff on the auction house. And the other thing is, most of the stuff that I did on tier 2 has pretty much sold. I will do a recap on the tier 3 stuff. I'll load the stuff up into the auction house, and I'll keep better notes on the tier 3 stuff, and we'll see, is it worth it or not? Guys, if you feel like you learned anything along the way, hey man, hit a like, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the thing, leave a comment. In the next episode, we're going to be working on tier 4 tools and tier 4 gathering, which means that We're going to talk about Avalonian tools and stuff like that. So guys, if I don't see you in between now and then, have a fantastic week. And as always, happy farming.